Alright boys, navigating the Solana trenches can be rather treacherous at times, especially when Sol wants to take a dive like it has over the last couple of days. But times like these also give us the opportunity to position ourselves correctly in the market for when things do decide to take a pump back toward the upside. Welcome back to the channel boys, my name is Prince, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at 3 meme coins that I personally think have 10x to 100x potential over the course of the next couple of weeks. If you guys do find this video helpful at any point, be sure to leave a like. If you don't see any coins that you're in that you have super high conviction on in this video, definitely let me know in the comments below. I'm always interested to see what the community is bullish on. I do plan on posting more content like this in the future, highlighting certain tokens that I think have a lot of potential. And with all that out of the way, let's get into these 3 meme coins that I think have 10x to 100x potential. Alrighty boys, now the first coin we're going to be taking a look at today is Trashcoin. Now Trashcoin I like a lot, not just because of where it's at on the chart right now, absolutely beautiful entry if you ask me, but also because it's the kind of coin that I would equate to like a fart coin sort of, where it's very upfront with you about the fact that it is not trying to be anything special. As a matter of fact, it's quite the antithesis of that. It's trash, right? But if we go over to their website, they make a pretty valuable point, and that is one man's trash is another man's treasure. So take a look at their website here. It's nothing too special or anything like that. Obviously, that's the whole point of this whole narrative, right? But if we go and take a look over at their Twitter, we can see that this account is very active, trying to push the coin, trying to market the coin, and support the community as best it can. And if we take a closer look over at the chart, we can see that this coin came out at the end of June, sort of at the start of July, before at the end of July or halfway through July or so, running all the way up to 14 mil, absolutely melting faces before slamming back down to this little average order block that we have here, 3.5 mil or so that it bounced back down to, and then shot right back up to 12 mil before slowly downtrending over the last couple of weeks to where we're at now at the bottom of this average order block. I think if you're seeing this video not long after it comes out and you're still between this 3-4 mil level, this is the perfect opportunity to grab some trash. And I do honestly think over the next week or two we're gonna probably head back up to about 12 mil, probably even try and retest for all-time highs and head into price discovery. I'm honestly extremely bullish on trash. I think that at these levels it's an easy 3 to 4x, and if we are able to retest and break all-time highs and head towards 15-20 mil, this could be an easy 5 to 10x on the trade from these levels. The way I trade, I would usually sort of slowly DCA into a token, but when I came across this token and did a little bit of technical analysis on the chart, I literally just blasted a couple SOL in, no questions asked. Obviously I don't recommend always trading like that. In case I have any newer traders watching this video, I did do my research. I made sure that what I was investing in wasn't just garbage. I did not just say that. Oh my goodness. Well, it is garbage, but you know what? I think that's exactly why I did it. And I think that's exactly why this token went to 15 mil already, even at a point where the market wasn't really running. Or sorry, I guess I should say where the market wasn't really doing well. Nothing else was really running. Now, one other thing that I wanted to show you guys on this token was the bubble maps, because this is something that I can genuinely appreciate, is seeing a token that ran to 15 mil, has as many holders as it does, is still sitting at 3 mil, and has a bubble map that looks like this. Okay, dude? Like, I don't think you guys realize how rare this is. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Who am I to say one way or another? But regardless, I think that we can all appreciate a bubble map like this on such a liquid token. Usually, the higher a market cap gets, the more bundles start to load up, and the more supply control ends up happening, even by other random traders that have a lot of money, not necessarily the team behind the token. But this is just gorgeous. I really do think that bidding trash at these levels is free money, honestly. Alrighty boys, now the next coin we're going to be taking a look at is Detective Just Can't Prove It. Now, for those of you that may or may not have seen Dexter, this is the detective that exists in the show. Basically, throughout the whole show, Dexter's killing a bunch of people, doing his thing, and this detective eventually sort of catches onto his trail, but he just can't prove it. Now, the reason this is a meme coin and the reason it's even running in the first place is because it is actually a viral TikTok trend. So people are using this detective from Dexter in a lot of different contexts and a lot of different memes. So for example, this one's pretty good actually. When bro says he's going to Thailand for the food and beaches, but you know the kind of man he is, you just don't know how to prove it. I actually really like this one. I've been seeing a lot of Pedro Pascal clips lately after that Fantastic Four movie came out. Absolutely, there's something weird about this dude. Yeah, so it's just a good meme, right? Like, it's just a good meme. Not only that, but it's also very easy to shill over on Twitter, okay? So for example, anytime I've been posting about any other coin lately and what I think might happen with it over on X, Follow me over there, by the way, if you haven't already. I've been following up all of my predictions or my technical analysis or whatever I'm doing over on Twitter with I just can't prove it. I'm thinking breakout soon, but I just can't prove it. So I think this is a very, very memeable, very shillable token. If that's a word, I don't know. Now, one of the unfortunate things about Detective is that the official X account for Detective just got banned. It was a really good account, in my opinion. Whoever was running it was doing a really good job. Hopefully, they'll be back up and running soon. But for now, they are temporarily out of the game. But there is a community over on X, so go ahead and take a look at this token. I personally scooped up a little more around these levels here, these 1.25 mil levels. It is a bit of a gamble, honestly. This one, I would say it has a lot of potential to do a 5 or 10x from here. But as you can see, with these sort of like massive spikes, these massive inconsistencies, well, I guess deviation would be the correct term. It is a little bit of cause for concern. It's hard to say what this token will do. It's hard to say what levels it will respect because it's not really respecting any. It's kind of just blowing up all of a sudden out of nowhere some days. What I do want to see on Detective the next time we have a big pump, if we do, I want to see us break out of these all-time highs, because if we have a triple top, that's not going to be very bullish. If we go back up to 4.5 mil and reverse all the way back down to here, I think the coin's going to die at that point, personally, but we'll see. All right, now the next token we're going to be taking a look at, and you're going to want to thank yourself for sticking around this long in the video if you did, because this one, I think, is the one that has the most potential out of either of the tokens we've covered so far, because not only do we have a good meme, we have a really solid community, but we also have a lot of lore behind this token as well to do with a bigger player in this space. If we head on over to the community on Twitter, we can see that there's a pinned tweet by the dev of the coin that says, at the end of Jupiter Exchange's airdrop claim, Jupe Uplink played us this cat video, and then it's a link to a YouTube short that takes us to this YouTube short. So obviously, as we can see, this Crumb Meme is plastered all throughout this YouTube short that Jupiter Exchange posted on their official YouTube account the other day. And for those of you that don't know, Jupe Studio actually just recently came out with their launchpad about a month or so ago. Yes, that is right. In this video, we are going to bring up the notorious launchpad wars that has been taking place over the last 2 months or so. My God, has that been a headache aside from the couple that have actually launched and been decent. Oh, even the Bags FM launchpad that came out recently. I swear to God, that was just pushed to the front to the mainstream just so that it could be a massive extraction project. Every token that's launched on that platform has been a farm. Oh my goodness, send it to zero, dude. But speaking of the few that have launched and actually been decent, Jupe Studio is definitely one of them. They've put a lot behind the marketing for their launchpad, and they've also done a lot to work with a lot of the communities and a lot of their tokens that have launched on their platform. Unlike Pump Fund and all the other launchpads that come out and just cash in on all the fees that they make off of you, Jupe Studio has done a really good job at integrating themselves with the community and helping the communities with tokens that launched on Jupe Studio really get to the levels that they deserve to be at. Uranus is a great example of that. For those of you that are aware of that token recently went up to like 80 million or something like that. That token was launched on Jupe Studio. And so with all that context out of the way, we'll go back to this tweet really quickly from the dev. He actually launched this token on Jupe Studio as well. So I think that this token is really bullish. I think that it's at a really, really cheap level right now. It's at a really cheap price at the moment. Obviously, anything can happen in these markets. This token could easily go to zero, and it is a higher risk token because it's such a low market cap. Obviously, do your own research and stuff like that before you bid, but I personally have already gotten a little bit in this token. I bid some around 500k, and then I bid some more around 700k, and I do think that this token has the potential to be a 5 mil token, maybe even a 10 mil token. Currently, as we're looking at the chart, it is the next day after I recorded the rest of this video, so we are actually looking at a way better entry on Crumb right now than we were when I showed you the chart before. I think that this chart, despite it being a low cap token, is showing quite a bit of strength. I think the holders that are in see the value in it. If you're able to pick up some Crumb around around this average order block that I have marked off on the chart here, then I would recommend doing so. I think this is going to be your ideal entry before we have our next leg up. I think that just based on how the token has performed so far and how it's held up so strong over the last 2 weeks or so, combined with the fact that we have not only a really good meme, but also some really good lore on a brand new launch pad that is seeking to be #1, I think that all of those things are extremely bullish indicators, and I think that there is going to be a lot of money to be made on Crumb over the next little while. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just saying that because that's why I'm bidding it. That's why I tripled down recently. I think that we easily go and head into price discovery over the next couple of days here. No problem. It's such a good meme. It's launched on Jupe Studio. And yeah, as I'm sure you guys can probably already tell, I am extremely bullish on Crumb. Anyways, that has been 3 meme coins that I think have the potential to do 10 to 100x over the course of the next couple of weeks as this bull run continues to progress. Obviously, we saw a bit of a pullback on Sol and every other major crypto asset over the last couple of weeks, probably even beyond the scope of just crypto assets. But regardless, I do think that that was just temporary. I think we are still going up. Sol is already making a nice recovery as of the day I'm making this video, and I think things are going to start to look good again. So position yourselves while you can, fellas. I know I've been really locked in the last couple of days, losing a lot at the start of last week, and now doing what I can to sort of position myself as I know where we're headed in the next week or two here. So like I said before, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like. That helps content like mine, small channels like mine, reach more people. Let me know down in the comments below which tokens you're super bullish on going into this bull run. Make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on if you are new around here. And with all that out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.